sensible person. Then she had an idea. It could be that the pages were really old. They might even be from before there were computers. Maybe the pages were ancient, and maybe also the words on them were magical spells. That would explain why they had been hidden. And it would mean that she had found a treasure in her secret compartment after all. She wanted this to be true for good reason. If Lucy really did have a secret compartment and magical spells, she already knew what she wanted to do with them. In fact, it almost felt like an emergency. Lucy sorted through her pile of birthday presents until she found the one from her oldest friend, Zach Greenfield, who lived next door. It was a Red Sox t-shirt that he had claimed, today at the party, to have bought for her with his own money. On the back, above the number 8, it said Yastrzemski. Every Red Sox fan in Boston knew the name, even if they weren't sure how to spell it. Lucy had been touched at first with the gift. Yaz was one of the players from the past that Zach just loved. The problem was that the t-shirt was an adult medium, too big for Lucy to wear, which meant Zach wasn't really paying attention to her, only pretending to. Or even, possibly, that he had gotten it for himself. Zach wore his t-shirts large, and decided to give it to Lucy at the last minute because he'd forgotten about her birthday. Lucy, despite her willingness to believe in magic spells, was mostly a realistic child, so she believed this was probably the case. Lately, Zach had been busy with his other friends, the ones who were closer to his age, which was 9.5. He had not played with Lucy much at all, and at school he hardly even said hello, which hurt. Filled with a sense of magical possibility, Lucy folded the t-shirt carefully and laid it down on the floor inside the secret compartment. Then she picked up the sheaf of pages with the cramped writing on them and, by concentrating, managed to sound out a sentence located about halfway down the first page. The ink in which this sentence had been written was a little darker than the rest, as if the person writing had pressed down hard with the pen. Lucy decided that this sentence would be enough to start the magic. It would have to be because she wasn't up to reading more. And, she told herself, it wasn't cheating to include only one sentence, because it wasn't as if it was a short sentence. She read it out loud, softly, not sure she was pronouncing all the words correctly, and quite sure she didn't understand them. I look in the mirror now and see my mother, and I am so afraid you will end like us. Doomed. Cursed. All sorts of melodramatic, ridiculous, but true things. Saying the sentence out loud gave Lucy a distinctly unpleasant feeling. She had an impulse to call her foster parents to look at the pages and the secret compartment. Everything would have been different if Lucy had done that. Or possibly not. She didn't, in the end. She wanted the magic too badly. Instead, Lucy added her own magic words. Abracadabra! Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo! Yastrzemski! She tucked the handwritten pages into a fold of the t-shirt inside the secret compartment. Then she put the shelf back in place on top and arranged her new books on the shelf just as she had originally planned. The magic spell would work. She knew it. Even if she had not said the words right or had selected the wrong sentence to read out loud, the magical pages were inside the t-shirt, touching it, so they would do their job. Plus, she would be patient. She would not expect Zach to change back overnight, but once she was old enough to wear the t-shirt he had given her, Zach would remember to be her friend again. She planned how she would check the magic compartment on her next birthday. She would try on the shirt. Maybe by then she would be able to read the entire magical spell. But by the time her 8th birthday arrived, Lucy had forgotten all about the secret compartment and the t-shirt, and about the mysterious papers with the faded, tight, urgent handwriting. She would be 17 and in deep trouble before she remembered. Chapter 1.